Chris and I never discussed what had happened between us on the bed the day of the whippings. Often, I caught him staring at me, but just as soon as my eyes turned to meet his would shift away. When he turned suddenly to catch me watching him, mine were the eyes to flee.
We were growing more day by day, he and I. My breasts filled out fuller. My hips widened. My waist diminished. And the short hair above my forehead grew out longer and curled becomingly. Why hadn't I known before that it would curl without so much weight to pull the curls into waves only?
As for Chris, his shoulders broadened, his chest became more manly, and his arms too. I caught him once in the attic, staring down at that part of him he seemed so taken with, and measuring it too.
Why, I asked, quite astonished to learn that the length mattered. He turned away before he told me he'd seen Daddy naked, and what he had seemed to be inadequate in size.
Even the back of his neck was red as he explained this.
Oh golly, just like I wondered what size bra Mama wore.
Don't do it again, I whispered.
Corey had such a small male organ. And what if he had seen and felt, as Chris did, that his was inadequate?
Suddenly, I stopped polishing school desks and stood very still, thinking of Corey. I turned to stare at him and Carrie. Oh God, how too much closeness dims your perspective.
2 years and 4 months we had been locked away, and the twins were very much as they had been the night they came. Certainly their heads were larger, and that should have diminished the size of their eyes.
Yet their eyes appeared... And yet, their eyes appeared extraordinarily huge.
They sat, listless on that stained and smelly old mattress. We pulled close to the windows.
Butterflies danced nervously in my stomach to view them objectively.
I want you all to be prepared for the metaphor that is about to occur. Their bodies seemed frail flower stems, too weak to support the blossoms of their heads.
I waited until they fell asleep in the weak sunlight, then said in an undertone to Chris, "Look at the buttercups. They don't grow. Only their heads are larger."
He sighed heavily, narrowed his eyes, and neared the twins, hovering above them and bending to touch their transparent skins.
If only they would go outside on the roof with us to benefit from the sun and the fresh air like we do. Kathy, no matter how much they fight and scream, we've got to force them outside.
Dun, dun, dun.